My husband and I have always wanted kids, but when we found out he was infertile, he completely shut down, and now he's refusing every other possible option because he won't be a real dad, and I think I want a real divorce because of it. I, 29F, have been with my husband, 29M, for 6 years, married for 3. We both come from family-oriented backgrounds and have always wanted kids. We're financially stable and can provide a child an amazing life. We've officially started trying for a baby in early 2023. After months of nothing, I started to get worried. I wanted to get our fertility checked then, but he said I was being a worry rat, and let's wait a year of trying before we get any testing. A year was in February, and I scheduled our testing then. The results shocked us. We were both ignorant and assumed I was the one with the issue if there was one. I mainly see women talking about being infertile, so it didn't cross our mind it could be something else. The doctor calls us and in one of the worst days of our lives tell us that my husband has a condition called azoospermia, meaning he has no little swimmers. In his case, they say that the surgery to extract directly from his testicle doesn't seem that it will yield high results, but it wouldn't hurt to try. My husband and I were devastated. I wanted us to explore all routes. Him taking the medication and getting the surgery, and if that fails, either a donor or adoption. I understand this is life-changing news, especially for my husband, but since February he has refused to do anything about it. He said he doesn't want to take meds and get the surgery if it will be a waste like the doctor thinks. That using a donor makes him feel emasculated, and he doesn't want to raise my child with another man's DNA, even if it's from a relative of his, and that adoption isn't something he's ever wanted. I have no one to talk to about this in real life since he doesn't want his diagnosis out there. It's been affecting me really bad mentally. There's nothing more I want than to be a mom. I begged him to go to therapy and he refuses, saying he accepts it. I'm the one that isn't. Every time I try to start a conversation, he shuts it down by saying that we will never have a child together, he will never be able to be a real dad, so to move on. I know what I want for myself. That's motherhood. I am willing to go down any avenue to motherhood, but he doesn't want to. I realized this past summer that he's right, we will never have a child together. I had one final conversation with him since he avoids the topic like the plague last night. I sat him down and said I empathize with him about this life-changing diagnosis, and that he doesn't want to get the surgery, which I respect, or use a donor or adopt. But that I want to be a mom and I'm not getting any younger. And if he isn't willing to explore any avenue or go to fertility therapy, then I want a divorce. He broke down saying he can't believe I would be willing to walk away from our marriage over this. That if the shoe was on the other foot, he would never leave me for being infertile. He says I'm a horrible person and that I'm punishing him for something he can't control. I told him it's not for being infertile, I can work with that, but it's because he's refusing to go down any route to become a parent, knowing that's something we've both wanted. He says that I never loved him, otherwise I would never contemplate divorce over kids that don't exist yet. He cried about it afterwards and refused for me to console him. I feel so horrible. But what else can I do? Continue begging him to change his mind or speak to a professional? He only wants bio kids and refuses to do the surgery because it's too much prep, daily vitamins, meds, no hot showers, etc. Ida? Commenter: first off, infertility is a hell of a curveball, and it's clear you're not divorcing him because he's infertile, but because he's essentially slammed the door on all options. That's a big difference. It's not that you're punishing him for something he can't control, you're drawing a line because he's refusing to control what he can. You've got dreams, and he's ghosting them harder than Reddit hides good posts. If he's not willing to roll up his sleeves and fight for your future family, you're not the jerk for wanting to find someone who will. It's time to ask yourself if you should sacrifice your happiness for someone who won't even try. Update, 8 months later. Hello everyone. I posted this last year and received so much amazing feedback that genuinely changed my life. Since no one in my personal knew what was going on, being able to talk about it and get so much amazing advice was great. A lot of the people in the comments opened my eyes up to the possibility that he was refusing the surgery, since that would be the final nail in the coffin. That if it failed, that would be the end, and that could be the reason he was refusing to do anything. I took some time after posting that to do some self-reflection on the whole scenario and to go out the situation differently. We spoke about it extensively, and I told him about how I completely understand his fears in not wanting to do the surgery, but I really want us to try a fertility therapist, and we could just do one session, it didn't have to be a deep commitment. He agreed, and that therapy session went amazing. We both spoke separately and then together, and we did 5 sessions overall. You guys were right. My husband was scared to try anything because he didn't want it to fail. He was pre-rejecting the rejection. He opened up to me about a lot of fears and anxiety about his diagnosis. We deeply connected afterwards and got even closer as a couple. One day I saw vitamins on his dresser and realized he had been taking them without even telling me. I was so happy. We did another analysis and they saw 2 little guys. We were so happy. Then, to my complete and utter surprise, my husband forwards me an email. He scheduled a consultation for the microtest surgery in December. It went well and he was approved for surgery this February. We went in with low expectations and to still be happy at the progress he's made, but they were able to get 3. My husband and I were ecstatic and couldn't stop crying. Everything went well at his 2-week checkup. Now we're in the process of IVF. I started taking medication to do my egg retrieval right after his surgery, and so far I have 12 eggs. Last month we just found out we have 2 embryos. Both healthy, 1 boy and 1 girl. Our implantation date for our daughter was May 1st and I tested positive a few days ago. We are so happy. I'm so happy that we were able to get through this bump in the road. This has been amazing. I'm so happy my husband's fear and my sadness to his fear was something we were able to get over. We have both extensively apologized to each other, him for shutting down and wanting to give up and me for not being more understanding to that life-changing news. Thank you guys again for all the advice you gave me. Commenter 1, this is the best update. So happy for you both. Commenter 2, congratulations to hopefully soon the 3 of you.